Hi guys, this video is to help you guys with module number 2's lab assignment. We are going to do the famous fiber burn test. We're also going to be examining the actual fiber and describing whether it's a staple or filament, the luster, and the hand as well. To help you with this activity, print out this little worksheet that is posted in Canvas. You also will need your book. Page 37, I believe is what it is activity number 7, and on the same page it talks about the burn test. For this activity, you need 3 different fabrics. You need one made with a cellulose fiber, such as cotton, another one with protein, such as wool or silk, and then a third one is synthetic, so some kind of polyester. I purchased a fabric kit. They're kind of expensive, and I absolutely don't make it mandatory because they're like $200. So I mean, I'm lucky that I have this, but usually what I do is I have a lot of clothes that else, don't fit anymore that I might donate, and so I'll use those too, like an old t-shirt. Instead of donating it, I bring it to the classroom. Another thing is you can just go to the fabric store and just buy a little swatch of those 3 different types of fibers. Yeah, but I think it's just easier to let you guys get your hands on the fabric. That way you kind of get more experience searching for the fabric instead of just blindly using this really expensive kit. If you need help with these fibers, come to my classroom. I will give you little scraps of it. Happy to help you. But yeah, part of the assignment is finding those fabrics on your own, cellulose, protein, and synthetic. So of course you should have read chapter 1 by now, so hopefully you know the difference between those fibers. And now you just gotta figure out how to get it. We should also talk about the fabric name. If you bought your fabric and it came with the name, please share it with the class. I'm using this swatch. This is actually 100% silk. Doesn't really have a great name. They're calling it pin check, which makes me think it's sort of nameless. It's just really this plain weave fabric made with different color yarns, and it's silk. So this I'll use for my protein. Here is my polyester. The fabric name, they're calling it brushed knit. So it kind of reminds me of a fleece because it looks like it's a jersey knit on one side and then the other side's brushed. But their name is just brushed fleece. This is 100% polyester. And then here we have a seersucker. This fabric actually has a name. It has this kind of cool texture in it. And this happens to be 100% cotton. So of our 3 swatches, really only one has an official established name. This guy, seersucker. The other ones are a little arbitrary. But they all have established fibers. So we got cotton, polyester, and silk. And that's what I'll be using for. Okay, so for this activity, I have my 3 swatches, and you'll take a photo and embed it into this worksheet of each of your fabric swatches. Above it, we need to figure out if our fiber is a staple or a filament. So staple means it's short, filament means it's long. So our first one is a cellulose fiber. I already know it's 100% cotton, and cotton wool are always staple, so I guess I could just write staple, but why not undo it and let's see if that makes sense to me. So here, there's little yarns. It's very hard to see on the camera, but that yarn is not our fiber. Our fiber is actually twisted. So I'm like trying to untwist it. Maybe if I come close to the camera, no. But I'm just really examining it. And just trying to untwist it to see if I can figure out how long are these little fibers. It's so small. Maybe a little tricky. There we go. I'm getting it though. I'm getting it. Okay, I have a whole bunch of little fuzz. So that would be our staples there. They're just like maybe less than an inch in length. They're white. There's a fan in here. They're not hanging out for very long. So anyways, it's staple. Sample number 2, our protein. This is silk. Silk is filament, usually. So let's try to figure that out. See if I can unroll it and just sort of look at it. So it's a nice long filament. So I'd write filament for number 2. And then my polyester, it could be either. definitely looks like I have a lot of staple fibers here, maybe for the fuzz effect. But this knitted part, I'd have to really undo the yarns, the weave or the knit, to look at that yarn to figure out if it's filament or staple. Ooh, here we go. I kind of see one coming out. Ooh, there we go. Getting it, pulling it, haha. Okay, so I got one of the yarns, and I'm gonna try to untwist it. See if I can figure out what this guy was made of. Okay, it's looking like staple. There's a bunch of staples, so it's probably trying to mimic cotton, this polyester. So, all right, staple, filament, staple for here. We can talk about the brightness or shininess, luster. I would say all of these are pretty dull, actually. Even the silk is dull. It's a special kind of silk. I'm trying to see if there's a sheen at all. It's very, there is kind of a sheen when you go up close. Yeah, there is actually. So that's kind of neat to inspect. I definitely don't see that on the cotton. When it hits the light, it's not really shiny. Okay, so the polyester though, is there any sheen? Not really on the fuzzy side, but maybe a little bit on the yarns that are knitted together. Okay, so I would say probably dull, slight sheen, and then slight sheen also. How does this feel? All three of them feel very soft. They feel very flexible. They all feel, I kind of feel like they all feel warm to the touch. None of them are slick. None of them are like slick and smooth. You know, this is an unusual silk. It almost makes you think it's cotton. It's sort of smooth. Actually, the more you rub it, it does get smoother. This guy just feels fuzzy. Okay, so I would just write all of that down, what I observed. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do the burn test. I'm gonna take this over to the sink for safety, and I'm gonna light them on fire and watch them burn, and I'm gonna write what the fiber is. So here I would write cotton, silk, polyester. I'm gonna smell the smoke. I'm gonna write what color it is. I'm gonna describe the ash. I'm gonna talk about, did it burn? How did it extinguish? Did it go out on its own? I'm gonna fill out this chart for the burn test. So here I go. Okay, I am getting set up to do the burn test. I have some lighters. I have this metal tray to hold in my little burn test. I'm at a sink. I got a big pitcher of water in case I need it. Some tweezers so I don't have to touch it with my hands. And I have my notes over here on the side on the table to easily access them. So I'm going to start here with my little cotton swatch. I'm going to pull out some of the fibers here. And I'm just going to kind of group them together. Maybe I'll get a little bit more than just what I have here. Get kind of big groups. So I'm just going to unweave it, pull out my yarns. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Okie dokie. There we go. I got a little ball here. I'm going to hold on with my tweezers. I'm going to put it over my tray. Get my lighter. I'm going to go ahead and light it on fire. And again, I'm going to look for the smoke color. I'm going to smell it. Okay. Right off the bat, it caught fire so fast. You could argue it was flammable. It put itself out. Ooh. I can smell the burn. It was like, maybe like burnt paper. And then I'm gonna examine the ash as well. It's black. I'm gonna see here. Oh, it's very ashy. It's just like disintegrating, and it's black. I didn't notice the smoke color though. I wonder if I have enough left to try again. Maybe, you know what? I'm just gonna put all of it in. Let's see what happens now. Catches on fire, no problem. Where is my smoke? There it is, it's white. Ooh, yeah, I see white. That's definitely white smoke. Okay. Ooh, reminds me of a campfire. I'm not blowing on it. Seems to be putting itself out. It's still on fire. Still burning. But it does seem to be slowing down. And when I look at the ash, some is black and some looks white. Okay, it looks like it's out. The fire is out. I'm gonna touch it. Oh, it just disintegrates, just falls. Look at that, it just rubs on my finger. It's very ashy. Ash is black, maybe white. Mostly black, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna transfer my findings to my chart. And now I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to the silk. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Okay, silk, here we go. Gosh, it doesn't catch on fire nearly as quickly as the cotton. Let's try again. There it goes. That smoke looks white or gray. Ooh, crunchy. The ashes are crunchy, but they disintegrate. The cotton one didn't really make a sound. Ashes are black. Oh, I didn't smell it. Okay, let's try again. Going for the whole little swatch. Gotta work hard to get this guy on fire. There we go. It's a different smell. It's like meaty or something. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow, look at the ashes just break. Now they're black. They're just crunchy and falling apart. Okay, well, I would write my findings in for silk, and now let's go ahead and let's do the polyester. Okay, here we go. So the cotton caught on fire pretty fast. This polyester doesn't seem to be catching quite as quickly. A little more work. There we are. Okay. That's a fire. Black smoke. Wow, look at that smoke. Definitely black. You guys can see that in the camera. This is kind of an intense fire. It's definitely not putting itself out. Okay, I blew that one out. That was making me nervous. Now that I blew it out, the smoke turned white. It's interesting. Ugh, the smell. Ugh, why did I sniff that? It smells like chemicals, I guess. It smells poisonous. Oh, God. Okay, ooh, wow, the ash, it's like gooey. It's like sticky. It's not disintegrating. So there you are for polyester. So sometimes if you have a fabric and you don't know what it is, doing this burn test can at least help you figure out, you know, if it's cotton or polyester real quick, you know, or some kind of protein fiber. So, but yeah, that's the famous burn test that students do nationwide in textiles. So good luck. I can't wait to see your results and what you think. Please be safe. Okay, no accidents, water close by. And yeah, that's